Hey, everybody, welcome back for day 89 of 100 Days of Halloween. I hope you are well and enjoying your weekend. So, 100 Days of Halloween, real quick, what are we doing? Well, my lovely yarny friend and sister Ranee over at the Woolly Llama Shop had a brilliant idea that she discussed with several of us on a live back in July because the 100 Days of Halloween was quickly approaching the onset. So her idea was she wanted to take the 100 Days of Halloween, make a square a day, one for every 100 days, with either a motif already in the square or an applique or colorway, etc., to build this fall or Halloween themed blanket for the 100 Days of Halloween. I thought it was a brilliant idea. And the more she talked about it, I really wanted to join. And what she did was she went and she scoured the interwebs. She compiled this big long list of all of these different fall and Halloween themed granny squares and appliques, etc. Correlated each one with a number in her computer, and then she draws them at random out of the Jinx Jack o' Lantern of Joy. So from day to day, you never know what the theme of the square is going to be. Well, I thought it was a brilliant idea. I wanted to join in. I wanted to make a Halloween blanket for a while. Just lifey stuff always got in the way. And so I figured this was the perfect opportunity. So I decided to do mine a little different than Rainy. She's drawing the suggested square theme every day at random and providing either a free written pattern through a blog post or a tutorial, just in case you guys want to use it or use it for inspiration. Some of these things can be used in other projects, etc. And as soon as we started, I had a lot of appointments. I was carrying little scraps of yarn with me. I quickly had a stack of blank squares. And so I decided to make it a little fun and interesting. And since she was drawing those at random from Jinx, I decided I was going to draw my squares at random. Started off in a shopping tote that didn't work out so well. So we graduated to a cardboard box that I have affectionately nicknamed the Boo Box of Fate. So from day to day, we never know what color square we're going to get. And then I have 24 hours to figure out what to put on it. And you guys give me suggestions, inspiration that I pulled from. And I also get inspiration from Rainy from some of the square themes that and applique themes that she has pulled. Sometimes I've done them before she's pulled them. Um, I've also taken inspiration from being out in the wilds while I'm out doing whatever or on TV. And then there's two other lovely yarny friends and sisters who have joined in that could not commit to a blanket because they had a lot of stuff going on. And that would be Patricia over at the Yarny Cat Crochet. She is making not a blanket, but she has made a crossbody handbag. Then she turned around and made a matching scarf for that handbag. And then she surprised us with doing an amigurumi for Halloween. And most recently, she's done pumpkins. So, she's done a whole gamut of all different kinds of things, and I love it. And then Nova, on the other hand, she's doing squares, but they are not for a blanket. She updates us with the squares when she is able, and she has a lot of lifey stuff going on as well. And her squares are going to be used in wearables for herself and her niece and nephew, the near and dear littles in her life. And I cannot wait till she finally shows us the finished project sometime during the 13 days of Halloween. So, with that, let's get into the details. So, I'm counting my squares up in groups of 10. Once we complete 10, I am doing like a video short recap before they get fit into my blanket. And we have currently finished the groups of 10 up 1 through 80. And this group of 10 we are working on is 81 through 90. And we are about close to hitting 90. That will be tomorrow. Um, and then we'll be on our last group of 10, guys. I cannot believe it. So, drawing them at random has been quite a journey. Let's just say that. So let's go over what we've got right now for this group of 10, and then we will draw our square from the Boo Box of Fate for tomorrow's square for day 90. And then you guys can put your guesses or suggestions down in the comment section. And if you are new here, I have been kind of keeping a running list of really cool ideas that you guys have put in there. And sometimes I surprise you and say, hey, this is what so and so suggested. And look, it's on today's square. So let's get on with day 81. And for day 81, we drew at random this square made out of the Red Heart Super Saver and Jumbo Stripes Brights. Um, because I made a whole skein of squares, and it's because I have all of these colors in my blanket in one way, shape, or form. Plus, I am putting my squares together with it. And I just love how the colors flow. None of the squares are exactly the same. And we are choosing to leave some of these blank and trying to be strategic because I do have some appliques that are too large for just one square. And so we're going to try and place them so that those will also have homes, because I want to be able to use them since I put the work in, and just because they're too large for one square doesn't mean they should be off the table. So that was day 81. Then for day 82 square, we drew out sparkly black, a plain black sparkled square. And because we had done a scarecrow girl, I started working on a scarecrow boy, and then I got a text from my uncle, and he said, I want to see a jack-o'-lantern headed scarecrow. So I kind of nixed what I was doing, got all the pieces and parts done, started putting it together. I did not like the way it looked. It just was not working out how I had it in my head. So we just went with the witchy jack-o'-lantern, and we're going to leave it that way. I even like his little smirk, like I told you so. So yeah, so he was cute, and that was day 82. Then for day 83, we drew out this slime green square, and I was trying to figure out what to put on it, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna kind of go through. I have a little cardboard box next to my recliner where I have appliques that are either too large, some that are finished and just don't have a home on a square yet, or some of them are still in the works and not completely done. Well, I had one in there that was still in the 5 pieces. It just needed a square to be sewn on. And as I was putting it on there, I was like, this looks too plain. So I had to kind of jump on the internet and try and find something to complement it. And I had put this little squirrel applique, and it's by Maria's Blue Crayon. And with just the squirrel on there, it was looking too plain. So I searched the internet and found the pattern for the mini acorn appliques, and that was by Itchin' for Some Stitchin'. I do believe it's also a video tutorial, but I think I just have the written pattern um, linked in my description box. If you are new and you see a square and I tell you there's a pattern somewhere, all you have to do is go in the description box and look for that day's square, the list, and all of the information for where those can be found is right in there. So that was day 83. And then day 84 square, we drew this like neon blue, electric blue. And one of you guys had suggested, and it was Sharon Sutcliffe, because I had been working on a group of ghosty appliques that were from a pattern by the Caffeinated Snail for a ghost banner, and it was like 5 little ghosties dressed like trick-or-treaters. We had already used Franken Ghosty. We had already used the Pumpkin Ghosty. We had used the Witch Ghosty. And most recently, we had used a Vampire Ghosty. And that left us with one more that we have not used yet, that we only have 10 days left to get him put on a square somewhere. Um, so she wanted to see a ghost kitty. So I went ahead and did the ghost body from the caffeinated snails pattern. And I just freehanded a little black tail in the ears, put some little whiskers and safety eyes, and made the little ghost kitty. Super simple. You just had to, with this little ghost pattern, it's almost endless on the different things you could turn that ghost pattern into. Just saying. So, Sharon, thank you for that idea. I love this and I cannot wait to add it to my blanket. So, this was day 84. And then day 85 square we drew at random was this one, which was Red Heart Super Saver Jumbo Stripes in neons. And this is another one we chose to leave blank for the time being, just in case we can put it in a way so that one of the extra large appliques will have a home. And if once we get it on there, it's not one of them that gets used for that, I will probably be putting some of my extra little appliques that I've worked on that don't have a home yet on some of these squares, and this might be one of them. And once we get that all done and on the blanket, we will review those. So that was day 85. And then day 86, we drew another Red Heart Super Saver. This one was the Jumbo Stripes in Brights, and we chose to leave this one blank as well, because I think I have the perfect one that will fit on this one and another one. So that was day 86. And then day 87 square, we drew out this very deep purple, very midnight purple. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to put on it, and there had been something on my list because we have several appliques that have been put into the blanket that are from some of my favorite Halloween and fall kind of movies or witchy movies, etc. And I'd really wanted to be doing this one on a square, but there were no applique patterns, no nothing. And so I ended up putting, and it's from my favorite quote from one of my all-time favorite movies. And the quote is, "There are some things I know for certain. Always throw spilt salt over your left shoulder. Keep rosemary by your garden gate. Plant lavender for luck and fall in love whenever you can." And if you know, you know, my favorite movie is Practical Magic. So here's the salt shaker, and I just freehanded it. I just looked at like sketches of salt shakers and then just embroidered an S. And then I just embroidered some rosemary stems on this side, embroidered some lavender on this side, and then just made a little crocheted heart applique for fall in love whenever you can. And I love it. And I'm glad I get to add Practical Magic into my blanket because it's my favorite movie. So why not? So that was day 87. And no pattern. It's just all freehanded or embroidered. You can find a little basic crocheted heart all over the place. Salt shaker, not too hard, just kind of work it until you get the shape you want. And if you know how to embroider, or you can even look online for little basic stitches, super simple. And then for day 88, we drew at random this bright neon orange. And the applique I chose ended up being a little large, but that's okay. Um, just a little smidgy bit of it sticking up, and I left enough of a tail on my yarn so that I can tack it down onto whatever square is above it. And I think she's super cute. I ended up using a pattern from Hookfully Crochet called the Witch Applique. The only changes I made was they did her hair in gray, and I chose to do auburn, because my hair's auburn when it's not like going gray again. And Rather than using red for the trim outs on her dress and cape and her hat, I chose to use purple. So that was a day 88. And like I said, this is from Hookfully Crochet. I just changed colors. That was all. And left my string attached because I only have a small smidgy bit that needs to be tacked down, sewed down onto the next square that goes up above her. So that was day 88. And then for day 89 today, yes, today, cannot believe it. Last night when we did our video, we drew out this neon green. And I was trying to decide what to put on it, and I was looking at my list of suggestions and everything, and one of them really stuck out to me, and because I thought it sounded super cute. So I started searching the internet trying to find something, and I had already resolved myself to the fact that if I could not find an applique pattern, I was going to try and freehand it and hope that it did not turn out awful. Sorry guys, my throat is giving me fits today. So let's see what you guys thought that I should put on the neon green square. Am I on the right day? Yes. Okay. So Ruru, who is Ruth, hi Ruth. She said square 89, maybe lightning bolt with explosion. Ooh, definitely different. I don't think we've had that suggestion before. And then Teresa from Teresa's Handmade Gifts. Hi, Teresa. Long time, sweetie. She said, hi, sweetie. Loving them. They are looking good. Thank you. Ellen from Ellen's Crochet is saying hi with some purple hearts. Hi, my mischievous twin sister from the East. She's the Wicked Witch of the East. I'm the Wicked Witch of the Middle East. Mid-Central, whatever you want to call it. Lisa from Lisa Knits. Hi, Lisa. She says, hi, Missy. Your squares are gorgeous. Ghost eyes. Oh, now we had monster eyes the other day by someone too. So we may implement those in at some point on some of those empty squares. And then Ruru, which is Ruth, she commented again, hi, Missy. Love the witch square, so neat and glowing. Thank you. Yes, it is very bright. Then Teresa responded again, hi, sweetie. Trying to catch up on some of your videos today. So if you notice some comments from me on old one, that's why. LOL. Loving the squares. They are beautiful. Hope you are doing well. Hugs and love, my dear friend. Hugs and love right back at you, sweetie. And so I'm not getting notifications a lot for people commenting on stuff. So hopefully this evening I will go in there and see if you've commented and respond when I'm trying to catch up. I think I got everything caught up last night up through, I did everything up to last night's video. I didn't go into last night's video because I knew not everybody had probably seen it yet. And so this evening I will go in there and respond to comments, even though I'm responding to them now. Patricia, Yarny Cat Crochet. She says, hi, Missy. Hi, Patricia. They had chocolate frogs at Cracker Barrel, which surprised me, but I think I took a picture of it. If I did, I will send it to you. And yes, you did. And I thought that was super cool because I had yet to see chocolate frogs being sold anywhere, especially around here. And last time we were at the Cracker Barrel, they did not have them at ours. So next time we go, I'll have to look. And she said, love your witch square. Thank you. Campfire with toasted marshmallows. I think you've guessed that one before, and I think it's on my list. Karen Smith said a chocolate frog would look good on that green. Everybody's doing the chocolate frog. Well, it would go with Harry Potter, right? Hmm. I may have to see what we can drum up. And then Sam from Memphis Makes. Hi, Sam. Cute witch for the green square. How about the hedgehog someone suggested a few days ago? Love that idea. Love that idea so much. And I'm telling you, Sam may be across the pond from me, but that girl can read my mind like there's no tomorrow. Um, she has been very close, if not 100%, to reading my mind several times, and it's kind of spooky, but we also have that kind of connection too. So, Sam, yes. Um, apparently you thought that was a good of idea as I did on what was her name? Fairy Crochet Mama. And I think it was like I want to say 3 days ago or 4 days ago, she had asked if anybody had done a hedgehog yet. And actually, I think Ranee, because she was asking us some questions about wanting to do 100 Days of Christmas, and Ranee had answered her because I hadn't been in there to see yet because I was waiting. And she had also asked, had we done a hedgehog yet? And I think Ranee told her we had done a squirrel, but she hadn't seen a hedgehog. And I don't think she has a hedgehog in her little Jinx Jack-o'-lantern of joy either. Well, after that comment, it got me kind of thinking. And so I was kind of searching. And I did find one pattern that I thought was super cute. It wasn't for an applique per se. It was called Pocket Hug Crochet Hedgehog with Apple. Free crochet, free pattern crochet applique. So it's actually for a little crocheted pocket hedgehog hug right there. Let me see if we can get it to, I don't know if it's gonna, that maybe look a little better, guys. I need a new laptop. We were looking at them on Friday. I'm kind of pricing some because this one is just, I don't think it's going to last much longer. So I feel your pain, Sam. Um, I've narrowed it down to 3, I think. I just need to decide out of the 3 which one I think will suit my purpose the most. um, so yes. So the only thing I did, it's a video tutorial, and the only thing I did different is they have you make the belly piece, the beige part, um, and then the brown part for the hedgy part is separate. And they make it so that you can see the stuff on the back side as well because he's a little pocket hug. Well, I didn't need all that cute stuff on the back, or where it looked really good. So I did my back a little different. Um, this is by Butterfly Craft. And I will link the tutorial in the description box. And in the tutorial, the apple is even in there as well. It's a super cute little pattern. There's no, she doesn't walk you through it with voice. It's just music and you have to read the screen and watch her hands. But I didn't have a problem. There was like one time I had to kind of pause it and go back a little bit and then go because I kind of lost track of where she was. But I did the little hedgehog with the apple, and I did some extra apples, because we didn't want it to look plain. But as far as the hedgy part on the back, I did the body part, his belly and face and all that, the same in the apples. But I just single crocheted around the body in the back loop rather than make a whole other piece because I didn't need it. Now, if I was making the little pocket hug, I would, but because this was going to be an applique, I just went ahead and back looped, single crocheted, around it. And then in each stitch, when I came back around and got back to the first stitch, I slip stitched, chained 4, and then slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 4, and kept going, slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 4, so that I made his little pricklies around the edge. And I did that all the way around. And I think he turned out cute. Um, I think that the little pocket hug is a great idea. I probably will make some of those. I'm thinking they would even be super cute and maybe chenille. They would be a little bigger, but they would be super adorable and soft and tiny. But yeah, and since I didn't need the whole shell looking pretty cool on the back side and do it in 2 separate pieces, that was why I just chose to single crochet around and then start the slip stitch, chain 4, slip stitch, chain 4, just to give him his little prickly parts all the way around. And I think he turned out adorable. So Fairy Crochet Mama, sorry. Here is the hedgehog. I don't know if it's exactly what you had in mind, but you know, he's holding his little teeny apples, and I think he's super cute. And if I didn't explain that well enough and somebody wants to make him, reach out to me and I'll let you know how I did it better verbally, I guess. Um, but yeah, I do intend on making some of the I just sewed him on around the body part right here. I didn't sew it on the brown part. That way it looks like his little hedgy parts are sticking up. So yeah, my little hedgehog to go on day 89. And so I guess with that, I'm going to let's draw out of the boo box of fate for day 90 and see what we've got. We're getting down to bare bones here, guys. Oh my gosh. Let's mix them around. Let's mix them around. Okay. Let's pull it. Okay. We've got blue again. What is it with the blue? This is more of a this is that darker blue. It's like a denim blue, the blue wave from Red Heart Super Saver, where the other one was like a neon. That was the Hirschner's neon blue. So yeah, we've got blue again. What do you guys think we need to put on this one? Possibly something with a midnight sky. I don't know. I can look on my list of things you guys have suggested and see what we can come up with by tomorrow that I could possibly actually get done. So, yeah. Um, yeah, midnight blue. So I guess with that, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. This is gonna be day 90 square, and words are not working. So here we go. Day 90 square. I'm gonna have to think about this one and look over my list of inspiration and suggestion from you guys. But go ahead and put your comments or suggestions in or guesses in the comment section, and we'll see what we come up with for tomorrow. Um, so I guess with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. I love you bunches. Please come back for day 90 tomorrow and see what we did with our deep blue square. So with that, I'm going to leave you with these words. Life is not perfect, so be kind. Try and create something new every day and keep reaching. Oh, wait a minute. No. Um, guys, I almost totally forgot. Today, let me see if I can get it. It's below a stack. I have something super cool in here that was ordered back in July. And I decided I was going to do a Halloween advent. And let me find her information because I don't want to get it wrong. Um, okay, so what's in the package? And I have not, as you can tell, it's not even been opened. And it had a rough time coming through customs. It got kind of beat up. I haven't even opened the package. But it is from Wildflower Yarn in Liverpool, UK. And like I said, this was ordered back in July. And she had a thing for the 13-day Halloween countdown, and it's called In My Pastel Goth Era. And it's no longer on her website. Yep, she must have sold out. 13-day Halloween countdown, and it was called In My Pastel Goth Era, and it's hand-dyed yarn. For it's a 13-day Halloween countdown. So today is day 13, working our way up to Halloween. So I'm pretty certain she probably has these packaged by the daily countdown. I hope so. And I heard about her from Sam from Memphis Makes. She has bought hand-dyed yarn hanks from her. It's like a kind of a random, like a grab bag kind of thing. And I see one package. Okay, it's got a sticker for the 31st, so we won't be opening that. Let's lay that in there. And then, yeah, my box is kind of beat up. Hopefully we can get it out of here. I almost forgot that we were going to do the countdown. And I've been so waiting for this since it took forever. It took forever. Because I know once we ordered them in July, I think she was creating them after she closed sales on them. So she would know how many she needed to do. But then you had to wait for once it shipped, and yeah, it's pretty beat up. And the box is kind of torn and dented in. Yeah. Thank you, Customs, for being so nice. Yeah. They don't care. It's not their stuff. And so this unties. It's got a cute little black bow on the box. And I'm assuming we pull this out. Okay. And when you untie it, look, everything is, it's got some little Halloween happy in there, little sweet treats that fell out, but everything is kind of packaged up. And let's find day one. That doesn't have a day on it. And today is the 19th. Oh, and she's got them all stacked in here. So we're just gonna, I cannot believe they did this to my box, but it's okay. It's okay. So let's pull out day, that's 17th. No, 19th. Missy can't read. So this one does not have a day on it. I'm assuming this is a gifty gift. So I think what we'll do is we will save this for the final day, the 31st, along with that big one. So I'm going to set it off to the side. And we'll put the sweet treats up here since we already saw them because they jumped out and said, oh, look at me. So this is the 19th right here. And it's got cute little pink ghosties and all that. But yeah, Sam had shown some, they were basically grab bags. And I can't remember, they had a specific name. I will link her Etsy shop in the description box so you can go over there and check it out. She has some absolutely beautiful yarn, and when I saw she was doing this 13 days of Halloween Advent and it was in my pink goth era, I was like, come on, so super cute of an idea. So let's see. Ooh. Guys, look, I don't know if this is picking up all the sparkle and how absolutely beautiful this is. It's been yucky here. We had storms roll through last night and now we have cold weather moving in, and it's not been very sunny here today. So as soon as we actually get some sunshine, or once we have all of these open, and I don't know how many of them are actually yarn, but mini hanks, I think a lot of these are mini hanks. I don't know, we'll have to see. It's a surprise. I will take pictures in the sunlight, but I hope you can see it's got like some black, some gray, some blue on this baby like ballerina pink and sparkle. And it's so soft. So soft. Maybe I need to get a thing to hang them back here as we go by the days. Oh my gosh. And it's got a little bit of purple in it. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So there we go. This is day 19. We've opened her. So I guess with that, now that I remembered and I've got it sitting right here, so I'll have to make room on my desk. And that way, as the days go, we can pull them out. Oh, I totally forgot to tell you. Remember yesterday I said I had 2 more pumpkins done? They just needed ribbon. They got ribbon. I fought with the ribbon and I won finally. This one I did in the colorway is Kaleidoscope, Hobby Lobby Kaleidoscope, but in between where you're doing the single crochets, the 2 rows of single crochet and back stitch, I did 1 row was the desert glaze, and then I would alternate after the wheat stitch and do the burnt pumpkin, and then go back to desert glaze after this, and then go back to the burnt pumpkin. And then I put this cute little dotted um I was gonna say pumpkin ribbon, orange ribbon on there, and it's got, of course, the cinnamon stick. I'm running out of cinnamon sticks. I had another container of them. They seem to be a little smaller, kind of for like minier pumpkins. I don't know. They were skinny, and so I need to get some more cinnamon sticks if I'm going to make more pumpkins. And I think this one's pretty. I like how the colors just change in that wheat stitch. So this is pumpkin number 4. And then, and I'm looking up there and it's not there. And then, you guys, I just had to. If you know, you know. I did one in purple. This is Red Heart Super Saver in the purple variegated. And then the single crochet 2 rows in between the wheat stitch is the I think it's called Amethyst in Red Heart Super Saver, but I think it turned out so pretty. And I put this purple sparkly bow on this one. It's purple. I mean, come on. I love purple. I had to. Ellen, purple pumpkin. So, yeah, that is number 5. And I have one that is almost done. I think it needs 2 more rows of wheat stitch, 2 more rounds of wheat stitch, and then 1 a round of the single crochets in between those. And then I can sew that one up the side and cinch them and stuff them and put a bow on it and call it a day. And that will make pumpkin number 6. So maybe we'll have it done by tomorrow. We will see. So purple. So that makes 5 pumpkins. And then, of course, from Wildflower Wildflower yarn in Liverpool, the UK. So, like I said, I will link her shop in the description box. And I know now we have tariffs and duties and all that, and things like that are going to be extremely expensive to try and do. But hopefully, someday soon, all that issue will be resolved. Um, and like I said, I'm not sure what the shipping and all that I purchased this well before all of that went into effect. So, yeah. Um, I don't know. So it would be worth a look see. Plus, we have some of you guys who live outside the United States, and Sam is already aware of her. She has purchased from her multiple times. And if the rest of my 13 days of Halloween in my pink goth era um Advent is anything like this, I know I'm going to be super happy. I love it so far. And this is just the first day. So, yeah, once we get done, I'll have to figure out what kind of project I'm going to use these in. So, and hopefully these will go with my mini skeins from my Great Tennessee Yarn Tour. Because I have a lot of mini skeins. So, yeah, I guess with that, I'm going to let you guys go. This has gone on way too long because I kept forgetting stuff. So, I'm going to leave you with these words now. Life is not perfect, so be kind. Try and create something new every day and keep reaching for the stars in your yarn. So, till next time, guys, love you bunches. Come back tomorrow for day 90 and the second day of my 13-day Halloween Advent from Wildflower Yarns. So, with that, bye, guys. Enjoy the rest of your evening.